Yes, Abhishek, let's start. And you
Yes, sir.
can share your webcam if you want.
Okay, okay. I think it's better I don't do that, sir.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, yeah. My roommate is sleeping. Okay.
Yeah,
Can you see the slides, sir?
yeah, we can. Yeah,
Okay.
let's start.
Okay. Can I start?
Please, let's start.
Uh, okay. Good morning, guys. I'm Abhishek Kumar, currently doing my master's in Arizona State University. So a little bit about me. Uh, I've done my bachelor's in aeronautical engineering from Maria College of Engineering and Technology. It's in Kanyakumari district, Tamil Nadu, and like I graduated in the year 2020, and after that I joined IIT and skate coaching. So the thing with my previous college was that I haven't got proper infrastructure, and the way I learned things were like a little bit tricky because I would say that I haven't got what I really wanted. So I joined, like I studied aeronautical engineering just because of pure passion, but uh, the college didn't put that much effort in teaching stuff to the people. So it was really hard for me then, and that's the reason I really wanted to join some prestigious universities in India. So that's why I joined IIT and skate coaching, and thought of like starting from the very beginning. So learning solid mechanics, fluid mechanics, everything was like a new thing for me when I joined in 2020. So after an year and after my first attempt, I knew that okay, I'm understanding things and like I'm doing well. So a second year, like, one more attempt might land me on some universities which I really like wanted to go. Um, so I started for preparing another year, and by the middle of that, uh, I don't know, something happened, and one day I asked my parents whether I could go abroad. So like the trend was going on during that time, everybody was going abroad, and like fortunately they were like, okay, if you want to pursue your masters in any other country, you may please leave. I think they were fed up of me. So they asked me, okay, I could go. That's why I uh, thought of going out. So this is all about my journey there in IIT and skate coaching. And yeah, so why did I choose USA, or which country should you choose? So there are a lot of things to consider. The first one is the living expense, then the kind of life that you are getting, and how welcoming the country is for Indians or other international students, and the cost of education. Then yeah, the job trends also. So like I'm not blaming anyone. The current trend is like people are going to like countries like Canada and UK, but these international students are like a source of income for them. But we need to make sure that we, after studying or after completing our 2 years, we'll be getting a job there. So that's the main thing. It's not all about giving the money or like giving tens and 50 to 60 lakhs and studying and just making the university rich, but you are getting nothing in return. And so there are a lot of things to consider, and stay back and things. So why is this trend of people going abroad is day by day increasing? So I would say that it's not like there aren't any jobs in India. So I'll tell you another thing. While I was getting my coaching in I'm going for my gate coaching. I applied to many companies, just I thinking that I'll get into any, but I wasn't. I was unaware of this thing called a proper resume, a proper cover letter, and I didn't even know how LinkedIn worked. So it was because I didn't get that much of exposure that time. Like all my other friends were struggling, so it was really a struggle period. So after coming here, I understood that okay, this is how a resume should be, or this is how a cover letter. During the past time, if somebody asked me to write a cover letter, it would be just I'm Abhishek. I've done my bachelor's in aeronautical engineering. That's it. I've done this project. That's it. I didn't know any other things to write, and that's how it worked. That might be the reason I didn't like. I've got one or two interviews, but that were improper one. So these are some of the reasons. It's all about exposure. It's all about knowing other people. It's all about getting what you really wanted. Like if you know somebody, and if he's like trying to teach you something, then that's good, no? So that's something that you really need. And about this trend, so if you are a mechanical engineering, there might be countries who are like welcoming mechanical engineering engineers and like giving them more pay. So that's just the reason. So you'll get to know a lot in that. And Dinesh sir told me to shortlist some of the universities. I really don't want to do that, because those universities, like if I shortlisted some universities, those universities will be there in your mind. But I don't want to do that. I would suggest you all to do some research on which university you're going. First and foremost thing is that you have to have a proper knowledge on which course you're gonna do there. So if it's aeronautical, mechanical, electrical, robotics, whatever the course may be, you have to have a clear cut idea, and then you have to like go search for universities. So there are a lot of criteria while selecting the universities. You don't have to end up in any like miserable university, but you have to like find a proper one for that also. And yeah, I regularly usually check this QS ranking. Better you go for universities with a QS ranking from 1 to some 500 or 600. That'll be enough. So I've a degree from Anna University. My college was affiliated to Anna University. So Anna University's rank is some 1200. So there is no use of me going to a university, that too in abroad, which is lying in somewhere like between 1200 to 1500. Like it's of no use. And talking about the financial aid, is it possible like you don't always have to be rich to go to another country and study. uh, it's all about the mindset. You just have to like take the risk. That's it. If you are ready for that, you are like set to go. Mm, you'll get talking about the bank loan that we are getting. If the university is good and like within some certain range limit, uh, the bank will give you a loan. And if you've got a good GPA during your bachelor's, then you'll get a scholarship of some $2,000 $3,000. I'm like talking in case of the USA. And then there is another thing. I don't know how many of you know that after bachelor's in USA, you can go for a PhD. So yeah, it was a new knowledge for me also. So after bachelor's, you can like straight apply for PhD. But for that, you really need to have a very good research background. Only then you will be admitted to such programs. So what's the specialty of this PhD program is that once you get an offer letter, they will give you a TA position, teaching aid or a research aid position to work on. That will be like 20 hours a week, with some 2000, more than 2000. Like the stipend will be more than $2,000, and they will like pay all the fees. Like the fee for an year would be somewhere around mm, uh, 25 30 35 lakh or more than that. I'm not sure about that, like PhD in ASU. So they'll pay the entire fee. You'll be getting a stipend. That's it. It's like all you have to do is do your TA job and work on your research. So there are a lot of ways to get funding. So if you want to get admission into a university like these, the common Canada, UK, and USA kind of countries, the first and foremost thing is that you need to have a, like, it's not necessary to have a bachelor's degree. There are people coming to these universities after like their higher secondary school, so it's fine. So you need to have like the GRE, IELTS, and most of the universities right now have waived off the GRE. I don't know, it might be of the COVID, but they have did that. And if you have a professional experience in some of the field, it would be like a great thing. Professional experience always like give you an upper hand related to those with no experience. So for USA, you should have you must have like more than 7 to 7.5 GPA to get into any of the universities, and these people are also accepting TOEFL, and I'm not that sure about Duolingo, but these three are the main examination to like show them how proficient you are in your English. So course duration, my course duration is for 18 months. It'll be like mm, from January to May, there is one semester, which is spring, and from May to August, you'll be having a summer break, and then August to November, you'll be having your fall semester. So there is actually 3 semesters. The year is divided into 3 semesters: the spring, the summer, and the fall. Usually, people don't take courses during the summer. It will be really hot during the summer, so they all prefer like staying home, and it's like cool off period for everybody. So you'll get 4 months of break. You have to do some 8 to 9 months of studying. That's it. And once you get your IELTS result, the next thing you have to do is to start apply for the universities that you have shortlisted. It's better to apply for 3 to 4 universities, but in my case, I've just applied to Arizona State University, and just for a backup, I applied to University of New Haven. So I was like completely waiting to get into ASU. That's why like I didn't waste any time on applying to other university. So the application fee, it's another factor. There are universities which like takes 150 to 150 to 180, like somewhere around 12,000, 13,000, 12 to 13,000 application fee. Some of them are free. And once you apply for that, wait for their response. Once you get into that, get your I-20. I-20 is something like a offer letter. It's not an offer letter. It will have all the details regarding your course, the fee structure, whom to contact, the start of the course date, and other things. Then you get your visa. That's it. You're in another country. So talking about the student life here, I'll talk about myself. It was really hard for me during the first 6 months. I ended up with some toxic roommates and things, so it was really hard for me. The main thing is that you should know with whom you are gonna stay. Like everybody is from different backgrounds, and you can like think that they'll also think like the same. So you'll all have to deal with a lot of things. So if you don't have that mental peace, you might break down. So that is a factor that you should keep in mind. And finding an on-campus job is the first thing that you have to do if you are here, or if you get an offer letter, or if you have just got your visa. The next thing you have to do is like apply for on-campus job. So in USA, the thing is that you cannot apply for you won't be able to work outside. That means if you are a student of ASU, you can only work here in ASU, like no other outside jobs. You can't like go to another store and work, or you can't take those caretaker kind of jobs. It's just inside the university. So since ASU is one of the largest universities, like they have a lot of jobs. There will be office assistants, global peer mentor, security assistants. There are a lot of jobs. I'm currently working as a social media assistant with the College of Health Solution. All I have to do is take some photos, videos, edit things. That's it. So it's pretty much what I've been doing back there. So I'm getting paid for that. And talking about the classes, mm, every semester you have to take 3 courses. Each course carry 3 credit scores. So it will be like you have to complete 9 credit scores a semester. So it will be like 3 courses, like 3 subjects a semester. And the timing is like not usual timing. Like not, it's not like you have to sit in the class from 8 to 4 or something. It's like a day, in a day there will be like each slots. If I'm taking partial differential equation, my partial differential equation class was on Monday and Wednesday from 3 to 4:15 p.m. That's it. Classes, the duration of classes are just 1 hour or 1.25 hours. That's it. And then okay, then talking about the internship. So it's like I was a person with absolutely uh, no experience in any of the background, nothing at all. I just had a 1 or 2 internship, that's it. So luckily I got into the university, but next thing is to make sure that I have that proper experience to like take me into industrial positions. And so that after reaching here, the first thing I did was applying for on-campus job, and along with that I applied for internship. So you won't be able to work the first 9 months. Like internship is like an outside job, right? So you won't be able to work only after 9 months. You'll be able to work for a company or to do an internship. And getting an internship is really hard thing. Fortunately, I got one. I got one in a mining company in Tucson. So after applying, okay, I have applied for some 120 internship and got 2 interview. I just attended one. I got that one. So yeah, it's like it purely based on the luck also, because you need to be aware when these internship opportunities open and when you are applying, and like what time you are applying. So internship usually starts at the month of during the month of May, and like goes till June and July. Some internship they just extend it so that you could work part time in that. So I'm not that like I don't know much about that, but this is like the common thing about internship. So another thing is that luckily I was volunteering a professor in advanced manufacturing and material lab. He told me that okay, he can give me an internship which is like which is funded by ASU, which is a summer research internship. So a summer research initiative. So I was lucky enough to get into that. So those guys might be paying me this summer. So the internship will start uh, on May 31st, but still I have to go and work on the lab. So I'm currently working on a project where we'll be printing membranes using directing writing. So I think you all might know what directing writing is. Instead of using filament, we'll be using liquid to print membranes and other things. So yeah, like shear thinning inks are used so that once pressure is applied, the liquid goes out of the nozzle, and once it reaches the bed, it'll like retain its shape. So it's a like uh, good, like great type of printing. I really enjoy doing that. So yeah, back to this. Currently, a recession period is going, and people are like a bit struggling to get a job, but still they will manage. But you need to like consider all these things before coming. Just because of recession, the cost of things are going up. The rental cost for a 1B would be around $800. So you need to keep all these things in mind before like making a decision. So you need to have a reserve fund. Suppose you don't get a job in your first 3 to 4 months, like how are you going to survive? the, you cannot work outside. That's the main thing. Only you can work on campus. So you have to wait till you get an interview from a company, from a from a department on campus, so that like it won't be like I personally thought that within the first 2 months I'll get a job, but it took me 5 to 6 months to get a job. So that was really hard for me. And this is my university. And another thing is that while selecting the universities, make sure the university has got proper funding. So I've like heard of news where university told others that they are like going bankrupt, and students were forced to leave the university. So that shouldn't happen. You should understand like how much the university have, whether the university be able to survive the next 10 to 15 years or so. So ASU has got like a huge amount of uh, they are getting huge amount of funding and stuff. That's the reason why they are taking PhD students and like paying them for their research. So that's pretty much it. And thank you, sir.
Yeah, so Abhishek, my first question. You
Okay.
have told your journey post US and about selecting universities. But I
Mhm.
want to know, like, while applying, what kind of issues you face, how did you apply, uh, and other things. Can you briefly tell me on that? Because
So
there are many kind of dalal or broker in India. They usually, instead
yeah,
of
right.
guiding, they misguide. So can you
Yeah.
put some
Yeah,
word on that?
yeah. I forgot to mention that. So there are a lot of agencies available there, sir. So you need to make sure. Like, I'll tell you one more thing. I don't know whether any of you might know this, but if you like, just suppose you have selected an university in UK, Canada, USA, or any other country, just go to Google, search the name of the university and Indian representative. Search like that, you will get a number of agencies which are like working to get like people into those universities. So if you don't want to apply on your own, if you really want to get the help of a university, I mean an agency, just go and make sure that that agency is representing that particular university. Otherwise, better don't go. There are a lot of cheating and other kind of fraud activity happening. So in my case, I applied with IDP. I was completely unaware of all these things. So as I've already told you, like I haven't got enough knowledge during that time. So I applied like via IDP, and like they really like landed me in trouble. Like one of the uh, what do we call that, like the official, she was like not that good in what she was doing, and I had to apply on my own. So it was like you already are late. I applied on the month of May, so it's like already late. I had to be applying during December or January. So above that, she was creating another issue. She wasn't doing the job really well. So I got tensed that this was the only university I really wanted to go. So considering all the fact, it's better that you apply on your own. So it's easy. You just have to like, oh yeah, I forgot to mention that you have like the only thing that you should have is that your IELTS scorecard, letter of recommendation from three of your faculties, and then a statement of purpose. Statement of purpose is like, why do you want to pursue a master in that particular university? So statement of purpose should be different for different universities that you are applying to. That's it. If you have these three things, it's like easy to apply. You can do it on your own. You might be filling forms there in India. It's easy as that. I won't suggest going for any agencies. And like, even if you go and select an agency, they'll get that. Suppose that your fees is 15 lakhs a semester, they'll get the 3 lakhs from your fees. So like, why wasting that much money? It's better to apply on your own.
Yeah, so good to know. Thank you, Abhishek. And one more thing I would like to ask you,
Mhm.
how, like, we provided you recommendation letter,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
So how is the weightage of recommendation letters? What should be the right source of recommendation letter? In fact, we have provided you gap certificate also.
Yeah.
So
So
how those were useful?
yeah, a recommendation letter is like one of the main important thing. these people will go through the recommendation letter. They should know how the student has performed, what the student has been doing. So it's not like you can just write anything and give it to them. Like I make sure that all my recommendation letter are framed properly. So even if they find out that they found out that there is any kind of forgery in the recommendation letter, they might like reject your mm, admission. So it should be like I got one from user and another one was from principal, and the other one was from HOD. I told my HOD, like we had a good rapport, so I told him, sir, I need a proper one. You have to write like 3 to 4 paragraphs. So he did that. So like these things does matter. It's not like I'm you need to have proper recommendation letter. That's why these people ask for 3 recommendation letters.
Yeah, in fact, they check also.
Yeah,
They send mail also. I got mail. Ki
yeah,
you
yeah.
have recommended.
Yeah.
So,
That's
and
the reason
uh,
they ask
uh,
you to send it. The mails will be
yes,
like,
yes.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's not like, yeah,
yeah, recommender has to upload rather
yeah,
than
yeah.
candidate.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's good. So good to know. One sentence I liked very much. So to go abroad or study in abroad, you need to be more courageous rather than to be rich. So
Absolutely,
that's
sir.
what I also felt long back. You need to have more courage than to be rich. So so you if you have a vision, but the one good thing which I really liked, you got one of the best place to learn. So that's
Yes.
where people should emphasize. mm, I am okay if they go abroad or they are here in India, but they should choose the right place of learning, because recently one guy was asking, he is also gate IGC gate student
Mm-hmm.
from Bangalore, one college, MS Ramya. So he
Mm-hmm.
was asking one question: should I go abroad and be in India? So I told
Mm-hmm.
one thing. See, both are good. It depends on the resources and the right place of learning. So if
Yes,
you
sir.
have resources, you get right place abroad over there, you can go always. And if you have in India also the right place of learning, you can learn here over. But
Yes, sir. Like even during my bachelor's, I never get an opportunity. Like not just the opportunity, I never even read a single research paper. So that was not necessary during that time. But after coming here, after joining, like under the guidance of my professor, it's like every day you have to go through 3 to 5 research paper, and you are like doing a proper research. This particular
yes,
research that I'm currently doing is of a PhD student. Whom my professor fired. So it was like it's like a proper responsible job that you have to do. If it was in my all the university, like I'm not blaming anyone. Like the infrastructure does vary, like depending upon the amount of fee that we pay. So it's like the proper exposure that you are getting here is like a lot. You just have to work for it.
good. So that's good. So any question, those who are watching this session on YouTube, they can ask a question if you guys have. I think I have asked you both important question. Which one was the while applying, they need to do a better research, right? Before applying, and
Mhm.
they should know what is the right way to apply. So these are the important thing. And if any question from YouTube community, we would be happy to take up. So we'll just wait, otherwise we will wind up.
Yes, sir.
So, how is your other thing you can tell? How life is different in US and India, as long as you can tell campus life itself, because you have been in a college in India and now you are also there in a college. How those
Yeah,
are different?
it's pretty much the same. The professors doesn't care whether you are like coming to the university or not, like attending their classes or not. But by the end of the semester, only if you study, you will get the mark. Otherwise, that's it. And then there is something called like assignments and homework. These people take assignments really seriously, because there are a lot of things like academic integrity. If you copy anybody's work, then you will be like called for by the academic integrity community. Like there will be like a lot of other problems regarding that. So
Mhm.
these people take assignments, homeworks, reports, other papers like seriously, because your semester mark would have like these thing have got weightage as well. So that's one thing. If you are doing a homework, you should make like sure that it's properly yours. You haven't copied from any of your friends. So that's a task. So you have to study hard.
Yeah.
It's been 6 days since I've properly slept. So it's like in the morning I go to the lab, work there. So I come back home by 10 after having lunch. So I have to like submit daily reports of whatever work I have done. So working on the report, working on the paper. So it's like I usually sleep at some 12 or 1, and same cycle continues. And I'm not doing pretty much like nothing. I'm doing nothing other than like going to the lab currently.
Okay, so how do you spend your weekends over there?
So my weekends, like weekdays will be in the lab, and weekends will be working on the paper. So that's it. I haven't got any chance because, sir, as I've already told you, my professor is he was great enough to offer me the Suri internship. So
Mhm.
I think that I might be working on that instead of enjoying my weekend. That's why.
Okay, good,
So
good.
if
Anyway,
I am like
yeah.
if he is okay with my performance, he might. I am not sure. He might give me a PhD position. So currently, for that, I am working hard.
Yeah, so there are question. Before that, one question: how IGC's learning is helping you over there?
Yeah. That's one thing I should mention. The first semester I took advanced aerodynamics here, thinking that okay, I know aerodynamics. So after joining the class, I understood that the advanced aerodynamics that they are teaching is proper advanced aerodynamics, and they don't go back to all those things. Like they won't be like going back and like teaching you from the basic. They'll just tell you the terms. They'll everybody there understand. Just because I've got this proper knowledge from IIT, IGC, I was able to pass that class. Otherwise, it would have been really difficult for me.
Okay, good,
Yeah.
good to know. So, how is like since you are working in composite? So, how your strength of material, you know, stuffs helping you, especially
Uh,
basic
cu- cu-
elasticity.
Currently, I'm doing nothing about that. I'm just like my work is currently on preparing solution and printing. Once this is go into tensile stress and other rheology tests and stuff.
Okay, good. So now there is one
But
question.
whatever you have learned in your classes, you are getting to use that in like in a laboratory setup here.
Yeah, so there is one question is there. Do past education matter? What you have done before and what you are going to do getting into core or non-core study?
Yeah, so I think you might all know that the the visa appointment for USA is a bit tricky and bit difficult. The thing is that the visa official is the one who is giving you the visa, right? So you should give them a proper answer. Like you can't just study arts from a university and then you can like say that I'm going for bachelor's in this subject. If even if you're going, you need to have a proper answer, so to make her understand that this is the reason. So it does matter. So my bachelor's was in aeronautical, and I told her that mm, she asked me why mechanical. I told her that I just want to broaden my views, that's it. And that's how I got the visa. So you need to
Okay,
have a
you
proper
can
answer
say
for that
always
question.
like mechanical is fine. You can always say our mother branch or
Yeah. So even after taking mechanical, the first course I chose was advanced aerodynamics. So it's like you
And
can select.
anyway, in many US universities, they don't have separate department for aerospace, because
Yeah,
aerospace is like
yes, sir.
interdisciplinary and direct from mechanical and
Yeah,
mainly, yeah.
yeah,
So
it's all in the same department. That's it.
yeah. So next question: should I start preparing from first year of BTech to go to study abroad or for masters?
No, you don't have to prepare like that. It's just you just prepare on whatever you are studying right now. If you are in the first year, just concentrate on that. Get a good GPA. If you have a good GPA, then make sure that these are the best time. Like there are, as I've already told you, the major intake is during fall. That is during September. So for getting into a university during this month, this September, you have to start preparing from January or November or December. So that's it. That's all you have to do.
Yeah, mainly they need to pass basic English, GRE
Yeah,
or
yeah.
this
And
uh, IELTS.
this takes time, sir. In
Yeah.
my case, it was like it took 1 to 2 months. So
Mhm.
yeah, I was fortunate enough to get one. But there are people like I applied on 2022 May. There are other people
Mhm.
who has applied during the month of 2021 December, 2021 November. So
Mhm.
yeah, you need to be on like in the priority list. You need to be on the top.
Oh, good. Fine. So, any more question, guys? Those who are watching session, any more question? Yeah. So, I will request you further, to share few more details, like um, in India, like what all things you have done uh, before applying there, as like, or if any good resource, like or agency, if you would have known after going there, they really do a good job, instead of misguiding their guide, like in IGC we do, right, our
Mhm.
work sincerely. So you can share those things, and if you also want to
Yeah,
put like
I think
which all places, yeah.
IDP does a good job. It was the problem of that particular official. She was not at all paying attention. So other than that, IDP does a good job. So I'm not promoting them. They really gave me a headache. This particular girl gave me a headache. But it's always better that you apply on your own.
Yeah,
Sir,
that is.
like a few months ago, I applied for a friend of mine. She got a PhD here in biochemistry. So it was like she had a proper research background. She was a university rank holder. So I knew that she could get into this university like anything. So I told her like I can help you applying. So I did that and she got it. It's just about like applying it properly.
Okay.
That's it.
Then it's simple. We will
Yeah.
always catch you. Okay.
Mhm.
And
Yes.
did you meet then Charisma ma'am?
Sorry, sir.
Did you meet Charisma?
No, sir. No, sir. Not yet.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I think she's in robotics.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'll.
yeah. All right. Okay, then it's good network. Hopefully, if sometime in future we'll meet over there.
Yes, sir.
Hopefully. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay, then done. I think no more question it seems. So thank you all for watching this session, and thank you, Mr. Abhishek, for making this session so nicely.
Thank you, sir.
And
Thank you.
be in touch as
Yeah.
usual.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and
Yes,
hopefully you'll have a great future over there. And keep working hard.
yes, sir.
So, see, GATE was just an exam, but finally you had a sincere approach towards your career, and
Yes,
that's
sir.
how you are in best place over there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's not necessary to be in India always. Okay,
Yes.
so you can always learn over there, and in future you can come back to India, and you can in fact become a professor at IITs, where you were struggling to get in.
Yeah.
So it's not like life has many different dimensions, right?
Yes,
So
sir. Definitely.
yeah, all right. Okay then, all the
Thank you,
best
sir.
and keep
Thank you
doing
for
well.
giving me this opportunity.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. Thank you. Bye. Take care. All the best.
Yes, sir.